As the state of Maharashtra continues to rapidly industrialize, investors and industry titans are placing their bets on the city of Nagpur. But how do the experts assess the city's strategic and economic potential? Well, we made our way to the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Nagpur Springboard to find out. On the show tonight, in the first segment, we bring you Rohit Saoji, Head of Commercial Banking, Retail Liabilities, IDFC FIRST Bank. And in the second segment, we bring you Gajbe, Director of Imperial Money.
At the heart of India lies Nagpur, the orange city where tradition meets transformation. Rich in history, grounded in culture, it's a city that honors its past while racing towards the future. With growing infrastructure, world-class connectivity and smart city initiatives, Nagpur is redefining urban living. And amidst all the progress, a deep connection to nature remains, green, vibrant, alive. Nagpur builds local but thinks global.
Let me start by thanking ET Now team for creating this platform and partnering with IDFC FIRST Bank in this initiative. Businesses, or MSMEs as we call them, are not mere economic entities. In my view, they are engines of socio-economic transformation. They contribute significantly to the GDP of the country, foster entrepreneurship, and creates millions of jobs. These MSMEs, however, face numerous challenges, including limited access to finance, complex regulatory atmosphere, and inadequate infrastructure. We at IDFC FIRST Bank recognize these challenges and are committed to providing tailor-made banking solutions for MSMEs. Our vision is to become a world-class bank guided by ethics, powered by technology, and be a force for social good. We are present in 150 plus cities through 900 plus branches covering major geographies of the country. IDFC FIRST Bank has curated special products for MSMEs as a segment. One such solution is our current account, which we call our Platinum Current Account, which enables auto sweep of idle funds into a fixed deposit, earning interest at 7.25%. This account also offers 40 plus free services and provide a dedicated relationship manager support to cater to all your banking needs right from the day the account is opened. For importers and exporters sitting out here, we have a similar proposition in the form of a world business account with nil fee on inward and outward remittances and BRC issuances. Here too, we provide a dedicated trade desk support, enabling forex rate booking and niche solutions like FDIs and ODIs. We have also curated a startup current account, providing access to a founder's success program, enabling networking and fundraising opportunities for them. While these accounts enable banking transactions, we are trying to further enhance the banking experience through our collection and payment solutions. We offer escrow and virtual escrow solutions to hold your contractual receipts in accordance with the escrow agreement. We also provide a virtual account facility to cater to multiple receipts and identification of multiple collections through multiple parties. Our all-in-one QR, POS, and payment gateway solutions offer instant settlement facility and many such exciting features. Our net banking platform provides easy access to payment solutions such as bulk payments, tax payments, and bill payments. In summary, we believe that these solutions will help MSMEs make future ready, and we hope to becoming your banking partner in your journey to success. And before I end this session, let me share some light on the financial numbers of IDFC FIRST Bank. I am very proud to say that last quarter, IDFC FIRST Bank deposit growth has been a whooping 25%, as against an industry benchmark of 10%. This strong deposit franchise is built on the premise of high customer service levels, ethical banking, strong digital capabilities, and innovative financial products. We also have a well-diversified loan book of 2 lakh plus crores spread across multiple secured and unsecured financial products. IDFC FIRST Bank has a wide range of banking products, starting from working capital solutions for businesses to a comprehensive suite of deposit offerings, including NRI banking, wealth management, and various CMS solutions. We believe that these CMS solutions and bank accounts would help make the MSMEs future ready. And as I said, we hope to become your banking partner in your journey to success.
It's time for a short break, but our coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Nagpur continues on the other side. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to our continued coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow Springboard here in the city of Nagpur. Here we're joined by industry experts as they weigh in on how the blossoming industrial hub, the Orange City, the city of Nagpur, is swiftly emerging out of the shadows of Mumbai and Pune alike. Let's listen in.
In our country, there is a huge discomfort or hichkichahat when it comes to discussing finances.
Oh.
You know, even within the proximity of one's immediate friends and family, it doesn't happen.
Actually.
Right?
Right.
And I'd love your take on why and what's the solution.
So, what is the most important aspect? When you're the entrepreneurs, like my all friends who are sitting here, when they plan their entire startup or the businesses, they're actually fighting day in, day out about the credits, about the finances, about the, like goods, services, salaries,
Cash
so on
burn.
and so forth. And they don't plan it well. I have so many of my clients, the MSME and the business owners, and always they are, crying for the, yaar funds nahi hai, main kya karu?
Gee.
And the biggest reason I'll tell you the answer of this question is they don't plan well. And why they don't plan well? Because a lot of orders are coming to them. And to complete those orders, actually, they are not having that credit availability. Sometimes, now the IDFC FIRST Bank is there, who is going to address this credit issues. And at the same time, they don't plan their even profits well. So, biggest good thing what you can do is, you please plan your finances so well. And बहुत ज़्यादा rocket science नहीं है, believe me, I'm telling you. Let's say you're making 100 rupees profit. You take out your 20 rupees in your investments or the safe funds, and then invest another your 80 rupees, whatever जो आपको करना है. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, मेरे पास 100 है, मैं तो पूरे 100 डालूंगा. मेरे पास वो हैबिट नहीं है. आई डोंट हैव दैट हैबिट कि मैं आउट ऑफ माई 100 rupees of the profits I can keep aside my 20 rupees and then invest my 80 rupees. And that is the biggest challenge.
तो दीप सर यही बात करते हैं फिर, ये जो स्पेशल रेशियोज की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं, द सेविंग एंड स्पेंडिंग रेशियोज, राइट? व्हाट इज दैट मैजिकल फिगर? आई नो इट वेरीज केस टू केस, आई नो देयर इज नो वन आंसर टू दिस, बट गिव अस अ ballpark and a range, because oftentimes their risk appetite also factors into this, but what is the benchmark or range within what you suggest an entrepreneur should remain?
So there are a lot of ratios, Pooja, which somebody can really work on. So the biggest good ratio, it's a fantastic ratio, it's called as the debt to equity ratio. How much debt I should take and how much equity I'm actually is at stake, my equity is on stake. So you have to make sure that it should not be 100% of your debt to equity ratio, no ways. It should be near to, you can say 10 or 20%, not more than that. If you're having the good debt to equity ratio or your asset ratio, you certainly will not going to get land up in any of the challenges. That is one important aspect. Apart from, your liability ratios should be also in place. So I believe that what we have to really focus on one aspect, that, see, the balance sheet will not going to get complete by only asset and only liabilities. It should be the mix of both. So we have to see the debt to equity ratio, debt to liability, equity to liability ratio, and cash flow analysis. The biggest aspect what you really need to analyze in your daily routine is the cash flow analysis. अगर आपको आपका कैश फ्लो अभी शॉर्ट टर्म में कितना है, मीडियम टर्म में कितना है, लॉन्ग टर्म में कितना है, इसका एनालिसिस नहीं है, बिलीव मी, आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू आर ऑलवेज बिहाइंड. यार मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं, मैं धंधा तो बहुत करता हूं लेकिन पैसा बचता नहीं है.
तो सर अगर ये बात हो ही रही है, oftentimes with entrepreneurs, right, especially in family businesses, but even outside of that, they blur the line between personal cash flow and corporate cash flow.
True.
How deadly is this mistake?
Please treat yourself that you are not the malik of your business, but you are the employee of your business. And if you can treat yourself that I'm the employee of my business, and if you can just take the exact same salary what you're giving the salary to your employees, that time you'll be having a better corporate balance sheet in your hand. At the same time, you'll be having discipline, the personal finance also. Please treat yourself as an employee of your organization. The moment you're going to start this, the moment you're going to taking the salary, a fixed salary, and remaining you can build your assets over the period of time. Believe me, I'm telling you, this is a fantastic catch now here. When you're taking out your 20 rupees in your balance sheet or your home and keeping your 80 rupees in your own corporates, that's what actually you said, in the company, आपने क्या किया? आपने अपने risk को mitigate कर दिया. Because let's say every month when you're taking your 20 rupees, 20 rupees, 20 rupees and investing somewhere else, तो 80 रुपीज में आपका काम चल जाएगा. नहीं तो कोई तो आपको 10 करोड़ भी लाके देगा ना, तो भी साहब आप 10 मिनट नहीं लगाओगे उसको,
कम पड़ेगा
उसको डालने में, right? So let's say at one point of time, when let's say something will going to get happen and some risk will going to get generate, this 20 rupees what you are keeping aside, no, this liquidity will going to help you out to really address that risk.
We're in an unprecedented time in human history, Deep.
True.
Given all the geopolitical volatility that surrounds us.
True.
All right?
True.
And we like to think India is somewhat insulated. We like to think that our MSMEs are incredibly resilient, but the vulnerabilities are everywhere.
True.
Right? And so, look, culturally and historically, real estate and gold have always been considered to be the safe havens when it comes to investing. But how much truth is there to that perception in your view? Because that is an age-old sentiment that's somehow ingrained in our brain.
Okay, so this is a very, very classical question I'm telling you. I'm telling you the last 40, 45 years of data, if you can see the gold is, though it's a safe instrument, but if you can see the long-term average of the gold, it has delivered only 7.25% returns of last 40, 45 years of data. And how the gold works, that also I'm telling you. Gold works and every 3 years, gold is standstill there only where it is. And then next 1.5 year or 1 year, gold gives all that 3 years का return. That means 25, 28% के आसपास का देता है, and that takes 9 to 8 months. So हमको क्या दिखता है कि यार ये 9 महीने में गोल्ड ने ये रिटर्न दे दिया. हमको 3 साढ़े 3 साल नहीं दिखते हैं जब गोल्ड शांति से चुपचाप बैठा हुआ था. Agree? Now again फिर वापस साइकिल वही आती है कि फिर वो 3 साढ़े 3 साल जो है वो गोल्ड वही रहेगा, and then it will, so it's a hedge instrument actually of the uncertainties, recession or the market risks. So it's an inflation certainly.
Right.
So it's a hedge instrument. Treat gold as a hedge instrument only. That is point number 1 what I actually asked you. Point number 2. When it comes to the real estate, believe me, I have one data of the Nariman Point. I believe Nariman Point is India's one of the finest and most costliest real estate. Agree, not agree?
It is.
Right? Believe me, the long-term average returns of Nariman Point is 12.25%. Can you imagine? And wherein the equities are actually offering the 15% compounded. That means that every 5 years, actually, you're making the money double. So treat this as a second child and nourish it. Believe me, the compounding of equities is altogether different.
In your view, what is the single most commonly made mistake when it comes to managing finance?
मुझे सब आता है. I don't need anyone. मेरा धंधा मैं नहीं जानता तो और कौन जानेगा? Why I should go somewhere else to ask the consultant to run my business and teach me that how to run the business?
Wow.
I know everything.
Perfect. Okay. Now, so the other thing is, sometimes a sensitive topic when it comes to finance is succession planning.
Yeah.
All right? So oftentimes the conversation is tallowed, delayed, overlooked, considered, too impersonal and too transactional.
Right.
Right? So I think there may be members of our audience that also perhaps find themselves in a similar situation. Do you have a blueprint or words of advice there as to how to take those steps tangibly, what to do, what conversations to have and when?
All right. You have to see that how you can really make the inline your successions, either your daughter or your son or someone else who can really going to take care of this business after you. And for that matter, if you want to really make the will, you can make the will also. And you really have to make the second generation. That is the first important thing. Second, if you feel that कि नहीं ठीक है, मैं तो इसको बड़ा तो बना रहा हूँ, लेकिन still I don't, मुझे नहीं पता मेरे बच्चे यहाँ पे आएंगे नहीं आएंगे, तो at least then make your leadership, next leadership ready. इससे दो फायदे. एक, आपका ना वो सरदर्द कम हो जाता है when you are building your next leadership. लेकिन most of the people what they do पूजा then specifically MSME, they feel that if मैं ना इन नए बच्चों को कुछ सिखाऊंगा या बताऊंगा तो ये मेरा business सीख जाएंगे and they will go to start something else out of it and then मैं वापस empty hand हो जाऊंगा. But ऐसा होता क्यों है? The biggest question, why the people are not continuing the people with the MSMEs? The reason is very simple. They're not getting paid handsomely or adequately. So I believe if we can really pay handsomely, adequately with the bonuses and other aspects, including the knowledge and the investing on the knowledge with themselves, with them also, with the people to whom you are feeling success, who can really carry out your business to the next level, I believe we really can need to take care of them. If we will going to take care of them, they will going to take care of you.
Phenomenal. And ladies and gentlemen, I think let's have a huge round of applause, please, for Deep. It may seem silly, but when we were talking about succession planning a moment ago, you'd be amazed the number of times that, for example, accounts pe nominee nahi hai koi.
Right.
Bachon ko password pata nahi hai.
True.
If there's an unfortunate incident in the family, everyone is left helter-skelter and helpless.
True.
Right. So when this is so obvious, right, that death is inevitable, when it's so obvious, then how can we begin to chip away at the mindset of head in the sand, jo hoga dekha jayega? Because I think that, to my view, is the most commonly made mistake. Your hard-earned money is sometimes something that the next generations have to struggle to even get in hand.
See, there's a very, very big challenge when the people are actually don't plan well. Again, this is a question of don't plan well.
Right.
So, एक मैं हमेशा कहावत बोलता हूँ, plan the work and work the plan. So I would request everyone to make the will at the same time. There is a huge, great format of succession planning. If you want, I can share with everyone. You can circulate it. So in that, right from your details up to the details of the entire family, and your CFO also will going to give you this particular succession plan wherein you can really make every small things in place. And in case of some eventuality will going to get happen, your family will going to know it. कि आपने क्या लिख के रखा है. Your entire your son, your daughter will also going to come to know that what actually you had been planned. At the same time, who can run the business, how actually this business will going to get shaped up, what is your dreams, everything, so on and so forth. Certainly will be the part of that particular entire will out of it. And believe me, that will going to help you out to really run this entire show out of it with you or on behalf of you as well. There is no investment is getting done without the nominee. And now earlier it was only the name is required. Now the PAN card is also required to really make the nominee per se. And without nominee, nothing is getting done. The people, those who are more than the age of 50, I would request everyone to make sure that you make your all investments in jointly rather than to only nominee.
And Deep, by way of closing comments, I think two phrases that are distinctly different but oftentimes overlooked is timing the market versus time in the market.
Great.
Correct?
Yeah.
So that said, for the benefit of our audience, help us separate the two very quickly and your words of advice between the two approaches.
So you correctly said that it is not timing the market, it's a time in the market. So the more you would be there in the market, certainly you're going to make the more money out of it. A lot of people said that market is having the risk, market is having the risk, market is having this. It's a very common sentence you must be coming across, right? Believe me, I'm telling you, with this dais, I'm telling you, anyone who has invested for 10 years consistently, 10 years consistently, the ratio of making the no money is zero, almost zero. In 10 years, everyone made the fantastic money out of it, believe me, I'm telling you. And average returns in 10 years is again 12 to 15%. Somebody is really making very, very normally. I would again add one more phrase in this. It is difficult to timing the market. Agree, not agree?
Very.
Right? But you can time the valuation of the assets. And believe me, all the fund managers are do the same. मैंने जो अभी थोड़ी देर पहले भी कहा था कि 10 दिन में 22 दिन में जो है 11% की रिटर्न फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज एंड बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज की निफ्टी ने दे दी है. इट इज अबाउट द टाइमिंग द वैल्यूएशन, नॉट टाइमिंग द मार्केट. सो यू कैन ऑलवेज टाइम द वैल्यूएशंस कि आज सस्ता क्या मिल रहा है, 100 की चीज 50 में कहाँ मिल रही है. एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज कीप योर असेट्स, इन्वेस्ट योर असेट्स इन दोज पर्टिकुलर असेट्स इन प्रॉपर रेशियो वेज विद द प्रॉपर एनालिसिस ऑफ योर पोर्टफोलियो. बिलीव मी, आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू आर बाउंड टू मेक द मनी आउट ऑफ इट.
Huge round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Deep
Thank
from
you.
Imperial Money.
Well, that concludes our coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Nagpur. I'm Pooja Jain signing off. Thanks for tuning in.